Are we live? Are we? I think we must be live.
Okay.
Hello.
Maybe that's got it this time.
Yeah, I think we are live. Sorry, we're just adjusting ourselves. We thought we weren't on, and we are on. Hello. Yay! I see someone. Great.
Hello.
We are live. It worked. Bonjour. Welcome to ADS Chat 008, and we are here with Jan Hill of La Fête Weddings and Events. I'm Andrea with the ADS Agency. It's a marketing and branding firm globally working for you. So here tonight we're chatting all about how to do excellent launch parties, how to elevate your launch parties. So if you have a launch party to do for a company, a business, an app, a website, you got new product lines to launch, how do you do a launch party around that and take it to the next level? Do something a little different. Do something everybody's not out there doing. So that's what we're chatting about today. And I can't think of anybody better than Jan Hill, who is like phenomenal, extra phenomenal wedding and event planner of La Fête, which La Fête, if you didn't know, is like a celebration, like festive, like to celebrate in Francais, in French.
Yes.
Of course, you know I love it. So, and we are gonna like pull this up for you. So we're gonna like, hi Tammy, hello. Tammy Darmel Moore. She's Greenville.
Oh yes.
So Jan, FYI, Jan is from Greenville, South Carolina.
Yes.
She is a South Carolina native. For those of you who don't know, I am now in Atlanta, but I did a little bit grow up in South Carolina, in Irmo, and spent the bulk of my career before I came here to Atlanta in Greenville. So it is my second home, and it is Jan's real home.
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised. And she's a South Carolina State alumni.
Yes, I'm a bulldog.
Bulldog. I'm a Clemson girl, so you know it's all South Carolina love there.
Oh yeah.
And also a lovely, beautiful member of Delta Sigma Theta.
Have to put it up there.
She's
Love.
It's all love. Yes, it is.
It's all love. It's all love.
I'm not going to talk about the pink you're wearing today.
Listen, it's intensified.
Intensified.
It's yeah.
Intensified.
But, you know, I love my crimson and cream for
Yes.
sure.
Yes. So we're trying to see if we can see you. I think this might be us. Yeah. So we're gonna look for your comments. And Tammy, thanks for saying hello and chiming in. If you're out there, and please do say hello so we can know that you're there. We want to hear from you. And we're gonna dig right into our tips while we're waiting on you. The very first one we want to mention is all about how these events are. Hey Wesley, he showed us. So that's yeah, we just did a launch party. Speaking of launch parties, earlier today, so he
great.
launched Capstone accounts receivable financing and did it through like a social media thing. Did a Facebook Live for the launch. It was like partay. If you haven't seen it, Capstone AR financing is really awesome. Javerta says hello. Prahlad says hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, thanks so much for showing up. We really appreciate you being here. Awesome. Take 2 seconds and please like this, share it if you will, especially if you know people like entrepreneurs who are thinking about launching something, a book, anything, anytime soon. Please share this. Nick McLean, hello. How are you? All the way from Scotland.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
Hello.
Very cool. Hello. So, good. We're going to dig right into this. And one of the first things I wanted to mention is about how so much of these launch parties is so integrally tied into what you do for marketing and branding. So your brand, there's nothing better you can do than to do a kick-ass launch party. Sorry, I can't say the curse word, but you know what I mean. There's nothing better you can do than an awesome launch party for your brand when it's on brand and everything is kicking, is on point, and it's everything. And your customers love it, and all your people love it. So, I want to talk a little bit about how, because we talked about that before, about how branding is everything in all these launch parties and such. So, tell me about some of your cool tips or your ideas around how you help a company incorporate their color schemes, their everything, their look and feel into an event like this.
Really, and then just backing up a little bit, you want to establish your goal, of course, which is to get that brand out there. So whether it's printed items, signage all over the venue, we've had decals that were put on the front of a bar or custom bar, cocktail napkins, something as simple as that, but have your brand everywhere at your event. Of course, beginning with your marketing and promotion of the event, you want to make sure that you have that on your invitation, on the website, and a way to follow up so people can see your work before attending the event as well. So definitely want to make that happen. Keep the logo, the color scheme. If you do have a color scheme that goes with your logo, it's nice to use that same color scheme for your event to keep everything in line and on trend and aligned with your logo.
Yes, exactly. And speaking of that, like, do you like to stay definitely like strictly in a color palette, or do you like to extend it and do like some accent colors with it to kind of embolden it, but you largely try to keep the primary colors the main theme of the party?
Well, it really just depends on the event. If you are doing a specific type of an event, so say for example you're launching a new service or product, but you're having a summer or spring themed event. Maybe you're using more pastels and more flowers, or maybe greenery. Like the big trend now is a Boxwood Wall, which is a greenery wall, if you will, and then you put your logo or signage on that. So incorporating those types of elements that go along with the theme of your actual overall event can be incorporated, but the biggest thing is to make sure that your brand stands out no matter what or where your event is being held. So it is okay to incorporate other colors, just to answer your question, but really you just want to make sure that they work well. If it's just accent colors like metallics, that's fine. But the biggest thing is to make sure that you are making your brand and your logo pop.
Yeah, and I love what you said about hi Adrian, I just saw you on there, hello. About the Boxwood Wall. So that's literally like a box with greenery inside, and then
it's a wall basically that is covered with some kind of, it's a plant. It's called boxwood.
Oh.
And it's green. It's greenery.
Okay.
And some people are adding paper flowers to it, or even live flowers.
Those big huge ones. Those big yeah, those
yes.
are cool.
Or wooden signage that may have your logo or some type of word that goes along with your brand or the theme of the event. I did one not too long ago, and one of the big words for the event was dream. So there was a cutout of the word dream.
In the greenery.
Right.
Ooh.
So, so there's ways to do it and make it fun.
Awesome. But as Jan says, no matter what, make sure your brand stands out. And there's plenty of ways to do that in your decor, invitations,
everything.
The signage, the things you give away, the favors.
Right.
All that.
I mean, even water bottles. I mean, it's something as simple as ordering water bottle labels that have your logo on them. So if you have those at the event, something as simple as that can go a long way too, because you're putting thought into it. It shows that you made an effort.
Exactly. And so thinking of that, so all those things make me think two things: budget and time. So these parties do take budget. It does take an amount of budget to throw these parties. Even a social media online party like Wesley threw today for Capstone AR Financing. I mean, there were party supplies. It was a go live Facebook Live just like this, and he had people partying behind him. Well, they were all in the brand colors, reds and blues, and people had on party hats, and they were throwing balloons and confetti, but somebody had to buy that stuff. So that's a little investment even for an online thing. You want to make it look good. So for an offline party, how much more time do we have to plan ahead? You know, especially I would assume the grander the splash you're making, the more time you would need to plan, unless you're paying someone like you, I had some royal fee for rushing a party, but you would want a good amount of time, right? So talk to me about the time frames people have given you for parties like this, and what you prefer, and what's a comfortable time frame for throwing parties like this for launches.
And it really just depends on the type of event. The biggest thing I would say in the very beginning when you're considering doing a launch, you'll want to make sure that hi Joyce, my cousin. You want to make sure that you are considering all of the different elements that you're going to want to incorporate in your launch event. So if you're needing a marketing team, if you need photography and video, your venue is very, very important, and you want to take time and make sure that you're having your event in a venue that is appropriate for your launch, whatever that may be. Think about those types of things. The decor, once you choose your venue, what type of decor are you going to need? So you're thinking about all of those different elements, as many as you can think of, and then at that point you'll want to start creating your team of vendors and set a target goal date so that everyone is on the same page with what they have to do. A lot of times with entrepreneurs, I know it's tough. A lot of it falls on us to plan everything, but if you start reaching out to the people that you have relationships with, they may be able to help you along the way and offer some support in terms of time and referrals that can help speed up that process. So certainly would say as much time as you can. I know sometimes people want to rush things and, I have this idea.
3 weeks.
I want to do it in 3 weeks.
In 1 week.
Okay. It can be done, but you have to think outside of the box, and you may need a little more help. So it really just depends. I mean, doing a Facebook Live launch or something like that as a soft launch could be fun. Maybe you do something that's a little more intimate. Speaking of that,
like VIP mode.
Jump into that. VIP mode.
Ooh, yeah.
So maybe you do something that's a little more exclusive and not a huge launch party.
Yes.
Consider people that you want to know about your product. Maybe they're influencers that are big on social media that have a lot of followers. If it's a beauty product, for example, there are lots of beauty bloggers that people follow, YouTube videos, of course, on Instagram and Facebook.
So getting influencers out and
influencers.
That's a good thought of, like, how do you target? People always want to know, like, how do you target influencers and court them? And, and Elvia says VIP mode, taking notes. I know.
VIP is so important. And I mean, that's down to making your list of those VIPs, making those connections, grabbing their attention with a really creative invitation even. I did, and I know it wasn't quite a launch party, but it was a client appreciation party that I did for a DJ a couple of years ago. And not only was it for his clients, but it was also for people that may want to, utilize his services in the future. And I had this idea of doing an invitation that was sort of like an acrylic mirror box. And instead of it just having the information printed on there, when they opened it, you could press a button and you would hear music coming out of these headphones that were on the acrylic invitation. And his voice was actually speaking, inviting the person to his event. I wanted to do something different. It would catch people's eye and make them interested in coming to the event.
That's awesome. So I love that.
Definitely thinking about
that
that would be cool. I'm going to try and pull up the picture of that so you could see what that looked like.
That's super cool.
Let's see.
Can you see that?
See that, but...
So those are the headphones. So the guy's a DJ and he did a client appreciation party.
Right.
And when you touched
the little button, that was right there in the center, music would play.
And he would be speaking to his VIP or client.
Right.
I love that. And of course they would know his voice because he's a DJ and they're used to him. So they would hire him a lot. So,
and your list isn't as large when you're doing a VIP or exclusive event most times. So you don't have to have, I mean, you want to make something nice, but you can't necessarily afford to have 100 or 200 of these types of invitations. Yeah. So that's why you want to narrow your list down and focus on the people that you really want to have this VIP invite. And then if you're going to do a large event, maybe your VIP reception is an hour before everyone else comes to the event. So maybe you're having a VIP reception, so you have time to really speak to these individuals, grab their attention, talk to them about your service, your product, your book, and that's definitely a big deal. You want to be able to capture everyone's attention, but those are your targets. So it's good to have that time with them.
I love the VIP reception idea, and that client appreciation party is such a cool idea for your VIP clients. That's awesome.
Right.
And I wonder how many, what was the size of that crowd or the size of the invitees? Could probably talk, well, this is like in your sleep for you, but attendee numbers, but you just have to also consider, you know, say you invite 125 people, obviously all 125 are not going to be able to come, you know, and even for a VIP thing, even if you super target it, you know, they may not always be able to come either, you know, but you would hope if you put so much effort into it, they would at least call you back.
At least call you back.
Yeah.
And you can always follow up after the event. Sorry you couldn't make it, but I'd love to share this with you. Maybe it's a discount, you know, toward your product, or maybe a free trial of some sort that you could offer to them, because you still want to have that relationship. You never know why they weren't able to attend, but it's good to just, you know, keep that follow-up going, and they may come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Come back to you. And another thing about the VIP reception, just elevating that a little bit, is maybe even having some type of swag item that's just for those VIP guests. Maybe it's a swag bag that has a few different things in there that sponsors may have given you for that purpose. You're using your relationships to elevate your business, and you know, you want to establish partnerships with vendors and other people that are wanting to elevate along with you. So that's an opportunity for them as well.
Nice. Leveraging your relationships.
Yes.
So that's key. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that before. That's good. I love that.
Absolutely.
You know, so I love everything we talked about so far. Tammy Darmel Moore says VIP reception, great idea. Olivia is taking notes for the VIP, so that's cool. Some other things that we talked about with timeline and planning, you know, and the budget, food. So, and with food, the time of day does matter.
Yes.
You know, so if you're inviting people at 12, obviously they're expecting lunch. If you're inviting them around 6, 7, you're getting into dinner time. So, you know, you don't want everybody walking around starving. And so, we have so much to talk about here. But, and I need someone to keep us on time. Oh, okay, I can see the time here also. Each one we have like 9 minutes. So.
Oh, wow.
We're
going so fast.
I told you it's going to go fast. What were we just chatting about? It was
time of day for food and what to consider.
Oh, yes, and I had thought about, it was a random thought off of that, with the expectation you set with the invitations that go out, and making sure that your event matches those expectations. Because how many times have you gone to an event and, oh, it's my sister, I'm going to get to your comment. How many times have you gone to an event and everything about it looks amazing, it looks outstanding, you're expecting like, ooh, I can't wait to get there, it's so chic, it's so this and that, it's whatever, you have this feeling about what the event's going to be like, and you get there, and it's totally not that. Like, it's totally not that. How many times has that happened? More than I care to count, I'm like, ah. So there's a level of expectation set.
Right.
with the marketing, the branding, the effort that you put into your invitation in the first place, but then you've got to deliver on that, right? So you can't set the bar up here and then people get there. You know, you set the bar for black tie elegance and an evening of romantic wine and dine, and they get there and it's like a chintzy votive on the table and you have flimsy paper programs and the food is buffet and it's not that great. You know, so, and people, especially if people are paying a certain price to go to your party, you know, then that also dictates. So, I don't know if you feel it's appropriate to pay for a launch party. It could be, I guess, depending on what it is. But talk to me a little bit about that expectations around, you know, what you set with your invitations and then what people experience and how to deliver to that.
Setting the tone is very, very important, and that's with any event. I do a lot of weddings also and talk to this about my clients. That is your first touch with people. You're setting the tone when you send out a save the date or an invitation. And if you have an acrylic invitation or the one similar to what I showed you, people are going to have a very high expectation of what they're going to receive when they arrive. And I took an etiquette class when I was in second grade. Thank you, Mom. But per etiquette, when you invite someone to an event, they are not expected or should not be expected to purchase alcohol. I've been to launch parties where, oh, it's a cash bar, or you can still have alcohol, but maybe limit that. You know, maybe you have a signature drink and you can pay for the, you know, people can pay for whatever else they want. But it's nice to have some type of offering for your guests, number one. Decor, okay? If you have this awesome invitation, talk to someone. If you're not sure what to do creatively for the design and the setup for your event, talk to a planner. I mean, it doesn't have to be me. I would love to. But talk to someone that may have a more creative eye or design style that can help you match up your event. You may have ideas of the way you want your event to look, but you're not exactly sure how to execute those. But there are people that can definitely help with that, just to make sure that everything is aligned with your vision for the event and you're setting a standard for your expectation. I know who my clients are. You know, when I was starting my business, I had to identify who my target audience was, who my target clients are. And based on that, I'm able to identify how I should market my business, what my brand needs to look like, what types of events I'm wanting to do. So I'm trying to set a standard for myself and my business, and that needs to be carried through from first piece of marketing to the types of events that I put on, and it goes from there. Same thing with launch parties. With your invite, you know, the people that you're working with have a vision that's aligned, so you're not competing. It's a team effort.
Yes.
The venue where you're hosting your launch party, the decor, the types of food, the takeaways, all of those need to be on the same level, so that, you know, you're not skimping on anything. And
Exactly.
for the sake of I guess I don't have a better word, but so it doesn't look tacky.
Exactly.
You want to avoid that as much as possible.
Right. And you said such a great word, alignment, and I don't want to get on a super tangent with this, but how do you deal with rogue vendors, clients, whoever, who are starting to veer off brand or veer off of, you know, the vision, the intended vision for the event and that kind of thing? How do you rein those people in? Because I'm a witness, that happens all the time, where you just have people just off doing their own thing, and it is not what we all talked about. So how do you go about reining people in so that the vision's achieved and everybody's on the same page?
Well, I mean, I'm picky. So a lot of that is nipped in the bud in the very, very beginning. Explain what the vision is, talk through ideas, make sure that they understand what that vision is, maybe even lay it out, do a floor plan, come up with some design examples so that, you know, we can make sure that it's all exactly what you're looking for. But there have been times where I've actually been in an event and there was a vendor, sweet as they can be, and they were only trying to help.
Yeah.
They're trying to add other things and other elements to the design. I think they thought that they were helping and just trying to do a little bit more, but it actually didn't go well with the complete vision. It was going to end up being a little too much in your face, and that's not what we were planning on. So just really trying to stay on top of that. And if you have somebody that can help you with your launch so that you're actually preparing for your guests, have someone else help you with that part.
Wesley says, I feel like you're talking about me. What's to say? I heard dog will holler or whatever. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom.
Hi.
No, I'm not talking about you, Wesley.
But yes, it's very important for everyone to be on the same page. And if you have to have another meeting, call it Come to Jesus meeting, then that's what you have to do.
Come to Jesus meetings.
I mean,
that's special.
Yes, definitely.
You had a great launch today, Wesley. That was good stuff. Also, so Nikki's been keeping us on time. Thank you. So we have 5 minutes, and while we have wonderful Jan Hill here from Fête Weddings and Events, don't forget to follow her at Fête. That's spelled LAFETEATL on Instagram. I love her Instagram. Like, she has the best. I mean, she's weddings and events, so those of you gals, I know the guys don't really care, but the ladies, there's some guys do care. It's true.
Definitely.
You're so right.
I have some great grooms that are very involved in the planning process, and also do birthday parties, of course, launches, anniversaries, any kind of social event, corporate, nonprofit. So,
have you ever done like anything in the music industry, like a launch of an album type of thing? Or?
Let me think. Not yet. I'm saying yet.
You're up for it.
Yes.
Okay. Because this is Atlanta. So.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I love music. I'm a musician myself, but
what did you play?
My other passion. The flute.
I'm a flute girl.
Are you really? Flute and
girl.
piccolo.
Flute and piccolo. Yes. My baby sister, tore up my flute a couple years ago, so I can't play anymore. I have nothing to play.
Yeah, I used to play for weddings before I started getting into planning.
Wow, I must hear this. So, a woman of many talents. That's a woman of many talents.
No, my goodness.
So yeah, if you have questions about events, and perhaps a launch party that you're thinking about. Oh, Voncel says, ooh, this is a perfect question for her. Ideas for a skincare launch. Yeah, she's very into spas and all this, and it's like a PR firm that you have now, Voncel. I just saw it recently. That's really awesome. She's very much into the spa beauty business. So.
Oh, wow. I love that. So, let's see. For a skincare launch, definitely research your VIP list. I would do something more exclusive and intimate when it comes to skincare. I think that's a great way to reach the people because they can try. If that's okay with you, they would be able to try samples of it and maybe do a demonstration. It's just a little more intimate. I could see that at a very clean white space. You might want to reach out to me. I don't know if you're local in Atlanta, but I have a suggestion. I could still talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because definitely some ideas popped into my head for that. But I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I totally thought of a version of the at-home, demonstration party, but better. As you say, with the all-white theme, right. And it's crisp and clean and serene. And I would think the aromatic experience is something you would want to create in that space as well.
Absolutely.
Because that's so big. She said she's not. Her clients are all over.
Okay. Yes. I mean, I think that's definitely something to think about. And then also time of day. when I think about a skincare launch or something with beauty, it's not necessarily in the evening, but maybe something earlier in the day where you have a lot of daylight. And I also think, light food. I think about all of these different elements. So something that's going to be healthy, if it's, salad, maybe it's a juice bar, that would be really cool to have and incorporate in something like that that's going to give you,
ooh, yeah, juice bar.
Encourage
so that whole,
health.
Fresh, I feel light, I feel
Right.
energized and
infused
rejuvenated.
water, with fruit or, sliced cucumbers, that spa feel. So maybe create a spa feel for your launch for the skincare line.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the giveaways will be easy. And of course,
yes.
you want this branded up and everything.
Absolutely.
And even think about videos to play during the event, you know, and just have scrolling in the background, and it's all giving the feeling of, beautiful, rejuvenated.
Right.
Again, I'm making all that up, but
But
that's
no,
what I would do.
you're on track, because really you want to talk about, what is the reason? Why are you promoting this product? And so if the overall feel is for you to feel fresh and renewed or relaxed, then those are your key words and who you bring in for your launch party. So maybe it's a masseuse that's doing, 10-minute neck massages in the corner, or, I don't know, those types of things. So definitely.
Awesome. Foncelle says she has the best goodies always.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Sounds
that.
good.
Come do my facial anytime, like anytime.
Need one too.
Any other questions before we go? Don't be afraid to hit us up. How are we on time, Nikki? Nikki's always catching us up on time there.
We might be over.
We might be a little over.
It goes so fast.
It always is. It's always going to be 31 minutes. Yeah, okay, which is a tiny bit. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Yeah. So please help me thank my marvelous guest and friend Jan for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And doing this chat with us. And if you have other questions, as always, even if you're watching this on the replay afterwards, don't hesitate to ask them. I'm sure Jan will be more than willing. She's like the most responsive person ever. So be more than willing to answer your questions or give you feedback and that kind of thing. And of course, you can find her at Lafette, ATL, LAFETE. I have to say Fête, because sometimes people think my F's and S's sound the same.
I always say F as in fish or Frank.
F
so
as in
people
Frank.
know. Yes.
Yeah, Lafette.
Lafette. I named
Fête.
Lafette because my mom speaks fluent French and used to teach it years ago. And so I did it as an homage to her, because a lot of what I learned in planning and etiquette came from my mom. Thank you, Mom.
Mom speaks français. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Okay.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you so much for joining. And again, don't forget to thank my friend Jan and follow her on Lafette ATL. You can follow the ADS agency, of course, as always, at the ADS agency everywhere. All right. Thank you so much, Tammy, Nikki, everybody.
Thank you for following
Mwah.
and watching.
See you later.